In this video, we're going to be talking about converting square units of measure, particularly square feet, to cubic units of measure, particularly cubic yards, for the sole purpose of application. In this picture, you'll notice this is a picture of a house, and more importantly, it's a picture of my house. Was not a huge fan of these shrubs, so I removed them. Here's a picture of the house today. And as you'll notice, the shrubs are gone. Now, what I've done is I've given you a little bit more of a focused shot. So this left side of stone here is viewed from the porch, looking directly at it this way. As you'll notice, here's the porch. And then if you turn 180 degrees and face the other way from the porch, looking down that way, we're looking at this section, or the right side. So this is the left side and this is the right side. What's difficult to see is that on the left side, I'll accentuate with the marker, it really comes out wider. So it's not a pure rectangle. This side comes out. So this distance is shorter than this distance. Thus, this is a trapezoid. Whereas this side here is more of a rectangle. That's going to be an important feature. The last thing we want to take a look at is this rhododendron at the end. Now the reasoning to bring your attention to the rhododendron is, here it is. So now we're on the right side of the house, and the stone is going to go all the way from that corner where the rhododendron is down to this deep corner near the garden in the back. Of course, no stone where the porch is. And of course, no stone where the porch is in the front also. Now, as we make the turn to the back of the house, right here, we're going to have yet one last set of stone in a rectangular fashion. So at this point, we have an aerial view sketch where this represents the house, this is the left side, this is the right side, and we'll sort of break it off there. And then we have another porch about midway right here. So we're not going to put any stone there. And so we have our sort of side one part, side two piece, and then the back portion. And the question is, how much stone should I order? Well, of course, we have various considerations. Consideration number one, stone is delivered, right, or comes in quantities that are measured in cubic yards. And to be specific, the particular stone I'm looking to get costs about $75 per cubic yard. Now, again, the way I see this as dollars per yard. Sounds like slope, if you ask me. Very algebraic. Consideration number two. Our measurements are going to be in square feet. So somehow we need to take our square foot measurement and convert that to cubic yards. Third and final consideration, the location where I will order the stone from. They deliver stone and mulch and various other items for the yard. There is a delivery fee of $40. Now, that's going to be our constant and sounds like a y-intercept. Now, the point of this is not to really dwell on the algebra and make this look totally like an algebraic equation, which we could, but I'm not going to dwell on that at this moment. The point of it is, I want to order just more than enough stone that I need. Not a ton, so that I have this pile of stone that I'm not going to use lingering around, making my yard look a little haphazard, but also I don't want to have too little and have to order more stone and waste $40 every time I do it. So we want to get this right. So let's give you guys a little helping hand on this idea of moving from a two-dimensional world, square feet, to a three-dimensional world, cubic feet. And let's consider a cube, or I'm sorry, a square that is 3 by 3. Okay, and now let's turn this into a cube that's 3 by 3 by 3. What we'll need to do is duplicate the square and then just sort of connect the corners. And now we have ourselves a cube that is 3 feet in width, 3 feet in height, and 3 feet in depth. So we have ourselves 3 by 3 by 3, which is 27 cubic feet. Now the reason I chose 3, because it just happens to be that there are 3 feet in 1 yard. So if you want to convert cubic feet into yardage, you're going to take your cubic feet and divide that by 27, and that will equal your cubic yards. That's my hint. The final thing I'm going to do is give you the necessary measurements that you'll need to answer the question, how much stone should I order? Okay, so as you'll notice, I've placed all of the measurements. So the depth here is 2 feet, and the length of this section, stopping right here, is 12 feet. The length of this section is 26 feet by 4 feet. The length of this section is 16 by 4. Now the length of this entire section here is 19. Notice that includes this 4 feet. Just giving a word of caution. This is 6 feet. This is 6 feet, which eventually grows to 10 feet as you travel along that distance of 22 feet. The depth of the stone, which is important, that's your third dimension, is going to be 3 inches, or 3 with a double tick mark means inches. Single tick mark means feet. What is the amount of cubic yardage that I will need, and how much will it cost to get it delivered? So just to have these thoughts written out so that we're not confused. Final questions. Question number 1, how much stone to the nearest tenth do I need in terms of cubic yards? Is it 8.3 cubic yards? Is it 1.7 cubic yards? Answer this exactly, and then understand that you can only order stone in full or half yards. Okay, that is, don't call them and ask for 8.3 cubic yards. They'll laugh and hang up the phone. So you can only order 7 cubic yards or 7.5 cubic yards. That is 7.5. Question number 2. Using your nearest half yard answer from question 1, what will be the final cost of the stone, including delivery? So what are we writing a check for, excluding tax, of course? Number 3, what is an important consideration that you have to think about when you rounded that question up here? What's an important consideration, and does that consideration go against classroom process? I would like for all work to be supported, and we'll see you soon.